In the faraway land of Umuedi Kingdom lived a king named King Kanayo and his bride Queen Ure. They were in a loveless marriage. Their parents had made them get married to each other to strengthen the ties between both kingdoms, especially as the powerful Aba warriors were known to always prey on smaller and less powerful kingdoms. A year after they got married, Queen Ure had a daughter that they named Nenna, as her father believed that she was a reincarnation of his mother. She was very beautiful and the apple of her father's eyes. King Kanayo showered so much love on her and even got her a special maid as a baby, and Queen Ure fondly called her father's daughter. 2 years after, Queen Ure had a son and they named him Chike. During the birth of Prince Chike, Queen Ure almost lost her life as she developed complications, and as a result of that, the palace physician and the palace midwife advised that she should stop childbearing. King Kanayo, who was known for his philandering ways, used this as an excuse to marry multiple wives. First, he started by getting married to Uju, his longtime girlfriend, who his parents had refused he got married to. Then, within 2 years, he got married to several others, and eventually had 12 wives. The reason he gave was that, as a great king, he wanted his household to be filled with children, and that since Queen Ure could no longer bear children for him, that was his only option. As other wives came into the household, his attention shifted fully from Queen Ure, and she saw her son Prince Chike as her compensation in the marriage. Though she loved Princess Nenna, but her total dedication was to Prince Chike. When Prince Chike got to the age of 25, which was considered marriage age for the prince, his father gave him the option of getting a bride for himself. Prince Chike brought several maidens home, but his mother did not approve of any of them. For one, she complained she was too short. "I don't want to have short grandchildren." To another, she said, "Is she not the daughter of Uloma that lost her husband just 5 years after they got married? She must be followed by bad luck." Yet for another, she complained that she was too fair and too beautiful, and that she must belong to the marine world. She had numerous excuses for her son not to get married to any one of the maidens Prince Chike brought home to introduce to his mom. One of the maidens was very tall and beautiful. Right in the girl's presence, Queen Ure said she cannot subordinate herself to a man because she was too tall. She said tall girls are known to be very arrogant. She even made reference to the girl's parents' marriage that broke up and said it was because of her mom's height. Meanwhile, Queen Ure knew the story so well. The girl's father, Chief Uche, was the king's friend, and they both engaged in philandering. However, in addition to that vice, Chief Uche also abused his wife. She kept enduring it as it is expected in the society. However, there was a day he beat her so bad that she lost an eye. So her father came and took her back, as he was afraid for his daughter's life. As a result of all the rejections, Prince Chike took his time in starting another relationship. This time around, he made sure he picked a girl that ticked all his mother's boxes and standards. Prince Chike fell in love with a beautiful maiden named Adamma. Adamma was well known in the village as a skilled aquaculture weaver. People patronized her from faraway kingdoms, and she was known to be very respectful and kind. After 2 months of their relationship, Prince Chike decided to take her to the palace to meet his mother first, before taking her to his father. As soon as Adamma saw Queen Ure coming, she quickly stood up and greeted her respectfully. "Good afternoon, my queen," and she even gifted the queen a woven aquaculture wrapper that she had specially made for her. Queen Ure barely responded to her greeting and only managed to murmur a thank you for the gifts Adamma gave her. She had a big frown on her face as she knew her son had brought home another maiden for her approval for marriage. Prince Chike then said, "Mother, this is the famous Akwacha river that Onowu talked about. Her name is Adamma, and I would be beyond lucky to have her as my bride." Queen Ure started coughing. "Oh dear, this cough. Chike, I need some water." Adamma quickly asked the chief maid for a cup of water, which she gave to the queen. Then after, she knelt beside the queen to help her massage her back. "Thank you, young lady." When the cough persisted, Prince Chike went to get the palace physician. By the time Chike came back with the palace physician, she had already stopped coughing and said she needed some rest. The next day, Prince Chike went to see his mother in her chamber. "How are you doing today, mother? I hope you are much better." "I am getting better," Queen Ure responded. My son. I need to discuss something very urgent and important with you." "What is it, my great mother?" "You see that Akwacha river girl you brought here yesterday, eh? You will not marry that girl." Queen Ure responded. Prince Chike was shocked and he said, "Adamma is the best among the best. She is beautiful, kind, decent, and well known for being a good person in the village. Nobody has a bad word to say about her." To this, Queen Ure responded, My son, a mother knows best. What an elder can see sitting down, a youth may not even notice from a mountain top. This girl, she does not come from a good stock. Her family is mysterious and untraceable. Are you certain about her?" Prince Chike, taken aback, said, "Mother, everyone speaks well of her. Why is her family background so important? Isn't who she is today what truly matters?" Queen Ure said, "Chike, if her origins are unknown, it could be for a reason. People who live in foreign lands with no clear lineage, well, they bring unpredictable misfortunes." Prince Chike apologized to his mother for arguing with her in the first instance. "But mother, can you give me a reason or two why she will not make a good wife?" Queen Ure responded, "Her lineage cannot be traced. She might even be an Oso. If she's not, then why did she leave her village to live in our village?" "The gods forbid," Prince Chike responded. "She is not an Oso, and the fact that she lives in our village is not a crime in any way. If she was an Oso, the Umunna would have since known, and the whole village would have been alerted that would limit how we relate with her." However, Prince Chike then asked for Queen Ure's permission to bring Adamma the following day, for the queen to ask her all the questions she needed to know about her. "Mother, please, can I bring her to you for one last time tomorrow, for you to ask her all the questions you need to know about her? I'm very sure you'll change your mind. If you're still not impressed, I promise I'll break ties with her." Queen was not happy with this, but she decided to play along so that her son would not suspect that she just wanted to keep him tied to her strings. She knew she had to cook up something strong to break the relationship, as her son seemed bent on marrying Adamma. The next day, Prince Chike brought Adamma to see his mother, as agreed. After the usual pleasantries, "Adamma, I will not waste words. You are not the right match for my son." "Why do you say that, my queen? Have I done something to offend you?" "You come here from who knows where. You may very well be an Oso, the outcasts, and your family's origin. They are questionable." "The gods forbid." How could you accuse me of such a thing? You dishonor my family and use my parents' death to insult me, all because you don't want me for your son? Prince Chike was confused, as he had not expected his mother to use such mean words before Adamma. It is not an insult, young lady. It is the truth. My son cannot marry a woman of questionable lineage. If you wish to insult me, go ahead. But do not involve my parents, who are no longer here to defend themselves. I understand you don't want any girl for your son, and you can as well marry him. For your information, I am Princess Adamma of Ogbowele, daughter of the late King Okonkwo. Were it not for the Abbas warriors' attacks, you would never dare speak to me in such a way. In case you care to know, during the attack, my father told his chief servant to take my brother and I to safety. Unfortunately, while we were running in the bush, they shot an arrow at my brother and he died. The chief servant, Udoka, took me to his village, Akoete village, where I lived and learned the weaving trade, before I then relocated to this village. Queen Ure looked stunned as Adamma stormed out of the palace. She quickly recovered from her shock and said, "Did you just hear her? How can my son get married to a rude girl? It will never happen." "But mother, you were harsh to her. Nobody takes it lightly to be called an oso," replied Prince Chike, and he ran after Adamma, even though his mother was calling after him. He ignored her, and this really hurt Queen Ure, because Prince Chike had never ignored her call before, and she made up her mind to protect the bond between them. Prince Chike went straight to Adamma's hut and knocked on the door for a while, before realizing she was not home. He then waited for her till she returned in the evening. When she saw him, she had a frown on her face and started to say, "Why are you?" She did not finish the sentence when she fainted. Prince Chike caught her before she hit the floor and sprinkled water on her face to wake her up. He noticed that her temperature was high and used a wet wrapper to wipe her body and tended to her all night. By morning, he got the palace physician to check on her and found out she was pregnant. Prince Chike was overjoyed, but Adamma was not happy, as she had already made up her mind to not get married to him, since his mother did not like her. She asked Prince Chike, "Why are you so happy? Remember, your mother does not want us to get married." She remembered her father's servant's mother, who brought her up after the demise of her parents, had told her never to marry a man whose family did not like her. Prince Chike responded happily, "You are carrying a royal baby, and mother knows better that the baby must be born in the palace." Later that day, he went to break the good news to his mother. Upon hearing this, Queen Ure was very angry and kept shouting, "You have failed me. Adamma only wants to use the pregnancy to trap you, and you foolishly let her." She then ordered him out of her chamber and asked the guards not to let him in anymore. He kept pleading with her for about a week, and since she would not talk to him, he had to seek the help of his father, King Kanayo, to help in convincing her. The king knew it would be quite hard to convince Queen Ure about any issue when she has her mind made up, but he promised Prince Chike that he would see what he could do about it, and assured Chike that he would definitely marry Adamma since that was his choice. The king then summoned the Uwo Wolo, the Onowu, and the Omo to the palace for a very important meeting, and sent for the queen to join the meeting. She was surprised when she saw these very important chiefs together in a meeting that she was being invited to. The king, The Uwuwolo, the Onowu, and the Omu then pleaded with her to allow the prince and Adamma get married. She tried raising many objections and giving several reasons for objecting. The king then reminded her of her daughter's wedding some years earlier, how there was no objection, and was now wondering why she keeps refusing for her son to get married. The queen did not have any choice but to accept. But she made up her mind that she was going to make Adamma's life a living hell. Her first plan was to sabotage the wedding, and to do this, she had to gain Adamma's trust. One evening, she visited Adamma's hut, and with tears in her eyes, she pleaded for forgiveness for all the mean words she had said to her, and for treating her so badly. She promised to play the role of a good mother in her life. Though Adamma did not really believe her at first, but she decided to forgive her since she was going to be her mother-in-law anyway. They hugged each other, crying. Queen Uri secretly smiled cynically as it was working according to her plans. 1 week before the wedding ceremony, Queen Uri suggested and insisted that Adamma move into a section of her chamber. Adamma was suspicious and expressed her fears to Prince Chike, but he encouraged her to take the offer, as rejecting it could be interpreted that she had not forgiven his mother yet. Adamma was left with no choice but to move into a section of the queen's chamber, as preparations were in top gear for the wedding. So she moved in 3 days to the wedding. Queen Uri made sure she had the best of everything and that she was very comfortable. Adamma then showed her the beautiful dress she had bought for the wedding, and also all the other accessories, which included the head covering, beads, and shoes. Queen Uri expressed her joy on how beautiful and majestic everything looked. She then asked Adamma about the other clothes she would put on for the after-wedding party. Adamma quickly showed everything to the queen, oblivious of the queen's evil plans. The dawn before the wedding day, Queen Uri sneaked into the bedroom where Adamma kept her wedding dress, the accessories, and the after-wedding party outfits. She opened the plastic container where she had stored feces earlier in the day for this purpose and poured it on all the outfits, including the shoes, and she had a wide grin on her face. While doing this, she kept imagining the reaction from Adamma. She believed this would make them postpone the wedding, while she would cook up a bigger plan to end the relationship eventually. As soon as Adamma entered the bedroom, a horrible stench hit her, and she immediately knew something had happened. Already shaking, she rushed to the closet where she kept her wedding dress and accessories, and as soon as she saw the horrible mess, she started screaming and crying. "They have finished me, yo, where will I start from?" Her friends rushed into the room, and when they saw the horrible scene, some of them joined her in crying, while some tried consoling her. The news got to Prince Chike, and he rushed to the scene. The queen had been observing from afar, immediately rushed there too, as soon as she saw her son going there. Prince Chike tried consoling Adamma, as she was so broken. "They have ruined my wedding dress. Even the second outfit is also ruined. What are we going to do?" The queen then came towards Adamma, and when Adamma stole a glance at her, she saw her smiling. She then screamed at the queen, "Don't come near me, wicked woman." The queen still moved towards her, and Adamma raised her hand to slap the queen. But Prince Chike quickly caught her hand and warned on the need to respect his mother. "How dare you raise your hand to hit my mother? What has come over you?" Queen Uri immediately lay on the floor and started crying loudly. "How can you accuse me of this horrible act? I love and cherish you as my daughter, and I would never do anything to hurt you. to this, Adama responded, "This wedding will definitely not hold. Chike, if you're already treating me this way before the wedding, then what will be my fate after we get married?" Adama said, weeping bitterly. While this was going on, Adama's late father's chief servant, Udoka, and his mother, who took care of her after the sad loss of her parents, arrived from their village for the wedding. They both spoke to her and calmed her down and asked her to seek for audience with the king to inform him of the development. The king got a wind of what happened moments before Adama arrived at his palace to inform him, and he was really sad about it. Though he knew his wife would want to go to any lengths to keep her son to herself, he did not think she could go that far. However, to redeem the already damaged situation, the king summoned the Omo and asked her to get the best seamstress in the village and also the best suppliers of other wedding accessories. And within a few hours, a very elegant and beautiful wedding dress was made, and all the other wedding accessories were put in place. They had a very beautiful wedding ceremony. The king's wedding gift for the couple was a beautiful mansion set on the hill, a little far from the palace, as he wanted to create that distance between Prince Chike and his mother. The king thought it would help the prince and his wife live more at peace with less interference from Queen Uri. This did not sit well with the queen, and she had to devise another way to claim her son's attention and her position in his heart that she thought Adama had stolen. Adama had earlier suggested that Udoka's mother should move in with them to help in the preparation of the arrival of the baby and to do omugo afterwards, but the queen refused. She hid under the fact that the new couple needed time alone. However, cynically, she did not want Adama to have any support or psychological help when she wanted to unleash any other plan that she comes up with. So 1 month after the wedding, she pretended to be sick, and with the help of the palace physician, this could be executed. The physician said she had a terminal illness, and for the first 2 days of the sickness, she made Prince Chike come to her chamber and stay with her the whole day caring for her. The palace physician thereafter suggested to Chike that he takes her to live in his house and that he will be visiting with a refill of her medication fortnightly, since being close to Chike will help her heal faster. Adama knew the queen had something up her sleeve, but she could not stop it, as her husband would not listen to her since she had no proof. As soon as the queen moved in with them, she made sure Prince Chike did not spend time with his wife anymore. Even at night, she would go to knock on his bedroom door, complaining of being sick and demanding that he comes to stay with her in her room. This affected the relationship between the couple, and the queen was happy as she saw them having arguments often. This made her smile secretly. To rub pepper in the wound, the queen dictated the meals to be cooked in the home, even though she did not lift a finger to help. Yet the queen complained that she was not a good cook. Queen Uri called Adama all sorts of horrible names, including calling her too fat, a glutton, horrible cook, lazy woman, unattractive wife, and lonely soul. The queen was also so domineering in Adama's home that Adama was so lonely, even though the queen and Chike were physically there. This made Adama sad, and she resolved that she had to come up with an urgent solution in order for her not to lose her sanity. Just when Adama was almost due to have her baby, Queen Uri started insisting that Prince Chike should be accompanying her to the palace to see the palace physician, and she would use that opportunity to stay in her chamber for several hours. This became a daily practice. and the day Adamma went into labor, there was no one to help her. She had to walk to the midwife's hut by herself. After a short but intense labor, she had a very much handsome boy. Seeing her baby brought so much joy to her that she momentarily forgot about the pains and unhappiness her mother-in-law was giving to her. As soon as Prince Chike arrived at the midwife's hut to see his wife and son, his heart melted. He felt so much love for his son and also for his wife for giving him such a beautiful gift. He knelt down beside Adamma and the new baby and promised to protect and love them. Queen Ure, who came in alongside Prince Chike, was not happy about the birth of the baby and the whole scenario she just witnessed, and she could barely hide it from the way she looked at Adamma and the baby. Though tired, Adamma made up her mind to use this opportunity to her advantage, and she quickly announced. Adamma, holding her son tightly, said, "My husband, in a week's time, I will go to Nil Doka's place with our son. I need a mother's care, and clearly, I can't find that here, especially as the queen is terminally ill," Adamma said, rolling her eyes. She then continued, "When I have recovered, we will then relocate to another town, where we will be far away from any wicked distraction, as life cannot continue this way. I cannot bring up my son in this environment. So are you coming with us, or you want to remain in this village?" Prince Chike was shocked at this announcement, but he knew Adamma was determined. He was torn between his terminally ill mother, according to the palace physician, and his wife and newborn son. "Adamma, wait. What are you saying? Mother is ill, and she needs me too." Adamma then firmly said, "If I stay here, I will lose myself. If you love me and our son, you will come with us. Otherwise, we will live on our own." Queen Ure, in the background, looked furious but tried to mask it. Adamma, please give me time to think. You and our son mean the world to me, but this is my mother. The time for choosing is now. Think carefully for the sake of our family. Do you think Adamma made the right decision? What would you advise Prince Chike to do in this situation? Kindly let us know the lessons you learned from this story. If you enjoyed this story, like, comment, share, subscribe, and please look out for the next story. Lessons from this story: parental influence in relationships. Queen Ure's negative interference in her son's marriage highlights the challenges that arise when family members impose their desires on a couple's relationship. Resilience and self-worth. Adamma's resolve to protect herself and her child from Queen Ure's influence shows the importance of maintaining one's dignity and boundaries, even in difficult circumstances. The importance of communication. Prince Chike's hesitation to confront his mother and fully support Adamma ultimately strains their marriage, demonstrating the necessity of honest, open communication for a strong relationship.